okay, so they have a decision to make right now at the bye week. What do? Kyle has said if Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy, he's going to go back to Jimmy. I assume he's telling the truth. He could also be, lying, and he may have a plan to make the transition to Lance, and he may feel he needs to do it sensitively because of the locker room. Who knows? What should they do here?
Pull the plug. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Go to Trey Lance.
Why?
I don't see the point. Okay, so first off, I don't see the point of the Cardinals game in building off that, both for the defense and the offensive side of the ball, if you don't continue this momentum with Trey Lance. They came this close to knocking off the only undefeated team in football, and if their coaches had not gotten in their own way, they would. I don't think it would have been close, but I see that they could have beaten them by 10 points. That was my feeling is the Niners should have won by 10. Good game by the Cardinals, though. Very impressed with what's going on over there as far as their player personnel. Don't take it away from them. But what we saw there was hard competition, Trey Lance's first start, and he almost beat Kyler Murray.
Agree.
Why not build off that?
Yeah.
What we have from Jimmy Garoppolo is, and again, it's not just his fault. It's the play calling, some defensive errors throughout these games and things like that.
And he's not going to be here next year.
He's not right. So there's a futuristic, and that's again back to your point about McGlinchey. The McGlinchey experiment is done. So at this point, we have to see what we have in our deck of cards.
Thank you. Yeah.
Same thing with Garoppolo. So again, on a personal level, I like him, but as far as business and the football side of things, Trey Lance is the future. You better hope he's the future because you bet the future on him. And if he doesn't work out, guess what, 49er fans? We are going to go into another 10 years of hell.
Right, and if Jimmy Garoppolo could win the Super Bowl this year while Trey Lance is marinating or whatever you want to say, then great. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Exactly. This is almost like breaking the bank against the salary cap and signing a bunch of one-year veterans to a contract. You're all in that year. Occasionally that might work, but in this modern NFL, when you have a rookie on his contract, that's what gives you the financial flexibility to go out and get some of those players.
Right.
Jimmy Garoppolo is like a medium, high-range paid quarterback, and he's serviceable. But the point is, if you dump him now, honestly, like they need to cut bait or trade him as soon as possible. It's not even about getting a return.
Trade deadline's the 2nd of November. They have time.
This is about a return on Trey Lance. That's my primary thing. If we can get anything for Garoppolo, anything at all, and absolve ourselves of that sin, then we need to move on. And the thing is, the team here, we have some great players like Kittle, Dwelly, Juszczyk. How long are these guys going to be on the team? Dwelly is a starter somewhere else. If someone would realize how good he is, they should offer him a contract next year.
Yeah, he's not going to be on this team next year.
That's not good, especially with the injury-prone nature of George Kittle. How long can we have Kyle Juszczyk? Can we find a replacement for him? Can we try? I don't think so. No, Kyle Juszczyk, I feel, is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Trent Williams is not getting any younger. We have a frail offensive line that has no draft capital behind it. We have
Alex Mack isn't getting better.
No. And we have no first-rounders to just say, okay, next year, first-round corner. Year after that, first-round center. It's not going to happen. So what we have to do is we have to get rid of money so we can bring in veterans while we have a quarterback on his rookie contract. This is not about whether Jimmy Garoppolo can win. This is about what is best for the 49ers over the next 5 years. Get rid of him.
Yeah, I think I think Lance showed enough to the point where it's pretty clear that if Jimmy does give the Niners a better chance to win, it's not that much better of a chance. I mean, just Trey Lance like scrambling around is just as effective as the dink and dunk offense. Neither one's a great offense, but one has potential to improve. The other one doesn't. Here's why I don't think they're going to make this move, though. It seems to me that sorry, there's a lot going on. If they wanted Lance to take this job, they would have approached this game against Arizona as like a dress rehearsal of him taking it, an audition. And well, what happened though? The morning of, Ian Rappaport reported there's nothing Lance can do to take this job. That's what he reported, and he's always very connected to ownership in the front office. So he says that, and then the game plan for Lance is this whole different offense. Not 21 personnel, under center, stretch zone, play action bootleg, classic Shanahan offense. It's spread offense, 11 personnel, a lot of times empty backfield, and the running game is quarterback power and quarterback draw. Swear to God, that's what they're doing. With a little bit of zone read mixed in and a couple of toss plays. That's the offense. Like, so what Kyle is saying is, this guy can't run my offense. If he has to make a spot start, I got to do this. I got to do some totally different offense that no one on this team is good at executing. Sorry, that's what I have to do. And that's his attitude about the situation. When Harbaugh had a chance to put Kaepernick on the field, it was like, watch him run. Oh, you think I got to do this and this and this? No. He's going to run the Alex Smith offense and do it better than Alex. Watch. And he did. And that's what he wanted to happen. For Kyle, I think Kyle has a whole different agenda right now. And that's why I think there's going back to Jimmy. If Jimmy is ready, I don't know that he is, but that's what Kyle wants to do. You think I'm wrong?
Not at all. We have no direction on this team, except that we are all in starting with Jimmy Garoppolo, and we don't have to be. I think the best this team can hope for, honestly, is kind of a wild card. Slip into the playoffs, maybe get hot. There's still potential to this season, but as far as like the future goes, they have to switch to Lance. Absolutely. The other thing is, we said this at the beginning of the year. You can run the Jimmy Garoppolo offense with the sheer terror and mayhem that a running mobile quarterback can bring. An example of that is, go back to Alex Smith, Greg Roman, who also called for Colin Kaepernick in that transition. Guess where he is now? He's in Baltimore, right? And who does he have? That guy named Lamar Jackson. I think everyone knows him by now. The point is that you don't have to just dumb an offense down for these athletic quarterbacks. Instead, allow the athletic quarterback to bring their mayhem to the classic Shana clan, basically. And that's what he's got to do.
But I think what's happening here is that in true Kyle fashion, he decided probably before they drafted Lance that Lance wasn't going to be ready to play this year. Because Kyle can see the future. He understands what Lance is. He understands what it takes to learn his offense. And Lance just wasn't going to be ready this year. And that's just the way it is. And Kyle doesn't really look at the facts and change his mind very often. He usually wants to prove himself right. See, I told you. I was right. I told you that this was what it was. So he never really gave him a chance, didn't give him the reps in preseason, in training camp. And when he finally got a start because Jimmy got hurt, it was like, all right, man, well, run quarterback power and quarterback counter and don't get hurt, but you're going to run the ball 16 times and play like a running back, essentially, because I'm not going to let you play quarterback until you're ready, which is, I decided in April is going to be in 2022 at the earliest. That's what happens. I mean, he just doesn't adjust with that. He won't look at stuff and be like, you know what? I was wrong in April. I'm going to change my mind. It's not how he works.
All right, let me ask you a hot question then. What is your take on the lack of kind of throwing Trey Lance to the wolves? Is that how you manage your franchise quarterback? Just let him take
absolutely freaking not. Nope.
What is with that?
Well, it's been reported that his first choice was not Trey Lance. So if he's having an attitude about it, he said, okay, this is the quarterback you want me to have. Well, this is how I have to use him. And if he gets hurt, well, I'm sorry, but I've made these objections privately in the draft war room, and you overruled me. You knew better. I mean, these are all things a coach can say, right? And if you think I'm using them correctly, you come down here and coach. Then you do it, Jed, John. You do it.
This though is there's no room for attitude or ego when it comes to business, war, athletics, whatever. When you get the cards dealt to you, you just have to play the best hand.
It's real clear that this is what he thinks he's ready to do. This and only this. Play action, apparently not. Under center stuff, apparently not. Even though it's what he did in college, but he can't do it here. I just feel like Kyle's wrong, and he's often wrong. And if he would just stop trying to predict the future and just let things play out and react to the evidence, he'd do such a better job than what he does. He always is like, making a prediction April and then sticking with it. You don't have to be right. You don't have to predict the future.